everyone, it's Darby from Blue Television Games, and today we'll be unwrapping the Mini Famicom family computer, which is basically the NES Classic, the Japanese model. You can see on the side of the box, that's what the original Famicom looked like, and the games. They're all different colors like that, it's really cool. On the back, we have all the pictures of all the different games we'll find on the Famicom Mini. There's tons of great stuff on here, a lot of the same games that are on the NES Classic, and also some different games. Let's go ahead and start to open it up here. Once we get out the box, we have a bunch of papers in here. Go ahead and take a look at these. And I will have already redeemed this code. It looks like a My Nintendo code where you can get some currency on there. You can buy stuff in games like Mario Run, or you can also use these points from this card to get discounts on games in the Nintendo eShop and stuff like that. So it's cool, it includes a little bonus for buying it. And then here we have a manual of some sort. It's all in Japanese. I cannot read any of it. Still kind of cool to check it out. And here we have the other manual. And once again, it appears as if everything's in Japanese. There's no English section where you can kind of read and try to figure out what the heck's going on. Alright, we'll go ahead and open her up here. Here we have what appears to be the console and controllers connected to the console. Unlike the NES Classic where you can remove the controllers and use different controllers. Here's the HDMI cable, of course, to plug it into your TV. And here is the USB cord, which we'll use to power it. You'll need an adapter to plug it into an outlet. Okay, wow, so the controls on the Mini are Mini 2. Unlike the NES Classic where the controls are normal size, these controllers are very small. Pull out the system here. The system looks awesome. Looks just like a full-size Famicom. And here we have the other controller, all of which are connected. We'll go ahead and unwrap these so we can see how long the cords are. And here's another closer look at the system. It has the power reset and eject buttons. The eject button doesn't do anything, obviously, because you're not going to be putting games into this. The controller length of the cables is super short, just like the NES Classic. You're going to have the system right by you. And like I was saying, unlike the NES Classic, you can't buy extension cables or anything because the cords go straight to the system. Another thing to note is how the cords come out of the sides of the controllers. It's a little bit annoying when you hold the controller. Other than that though, it definitely looks really cool. Here's side by side family computer versus NES Classic boxes. And here are the systems side by side. As you can see, they're around the same size. Famicom Mini being a little bit longer, where the NES Classic is kind of bulkier and more of a big round square. And the NES controller compared to the Famicom Mini controller, as you can see, that controller is tiny. It's gonna feel like you're using a 3DS for a controller almost. It's a little bigger than that, but that kind of a feel. Alright, now that we've checked out the dimensions, the size, and the looks of the Famicom Mini, let's go ahead and start it up and check out the games. Alright, so the menu for the Famicom Mini is a lot like the NES Classic menu. I did look around the menus to see if you could switch everything to English. As far as I can tell, there is nowhere to do that, so there's this open source message here where you can read everything in English, which is nice, but other than that, you're just kind of on your own, but luckily it's really easy to navigate and figure out what you're doing. If you scroll to the right, there's tons of games you can choose from, 30 in total. We'll go ahead and start up Mario Bros. 3. As you can see, Mario Bros. 3, everything is still in English. This game appears to be exactly like the English version as far as I can tell. Here's a really cool game I found that features the River City Ransom characters. I'm really excited to try this one out. Where you're racing through streets, you'll go into people's houses, they'll be having breakfast and you'll be running across their table and stuff. I think this game looks like it's going to be a lot of fun. Definitely reminds me of Crash in the Boys Street Challenge a little bit. And of course, we do actually have River City Ransom. The only downside is everything's in Japanese, so it'll be a little tricky when you go to buy stuff. You're trying to find a new book or something, it'll be hard to tell which ones you're actually buying. Then we have the sumo wrestling game that I checked out. Definitely not on the NES Classic. Seemed like it could be really fun. So this will conclude our unboxing video of the Famicom Mini. I gotta say, the looks of it are awesome. I wish the controllers were bigger. It's a shame that you can't detach them. They're permanently in the system. I don't like where the cord comes out on the controller. I like how there's some different games from the NES Classic so you get to try out some new stuff. But overall, I would definitely say if you can get an NES Classic, it's the better system of the two. However, if you're really itching to get one of these, the Famicom Minis are a little more common and a little bit cheaper to pick up. If you liked the video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. If you're new to the channel and you like what you see, hit that subscribe button. Thanks so much for watching, and until next time, I'll see you around.